Well, we gotta go through the procedure to make our face frame. Milling it up from rough walnut again. And we'll cut our rough pieces oversized. And again, we'll rip them over width. We're just getting the rough stock right now. And of course, bring it down to thickness. And there's some pieces roughed out for the face frame. We'll just label them, put them off to the side. Then we can take our side panel and put it flush on one side and get an exact measurement for our face frame. Our wood, unfortunately, has moved a little bit, but it is still over widths. So we're going to joint one edge. The edge we've just jointed, I've marked it so we know that edge goes against the fence, and I got my reference face also marked. And we better take the tape off there just to take care of any little discrepancies. I messed up. I made them too thin. I'm not sure if I have the rough stock to recover from that. But we're going to check, I guess. Otherwise we're just going to have to go with it. I'm still not 100% convinced that I can get wood out of this. Well, no luck. It's still mostly sapwood, which I don't want. And it's already slightly thinner. And while it's interesting wood, which I like, it's not going to cut the mustard. So I either go with thinner styles on my face frame or buy new wood. I decided to get more wood. More than enough there. Let's see if we can get this cut down to proper size. Oh, 4 new pieces to the thickness we want. Still a little bit wide. The edges aren't square, but as I was putting them through the saw, I noticed a little bit of reaction wood, so I'm just going to let them sit for a while. Let them rest. Well, after a few days of drying, they've moved minimally. So we're going to straighten those out, get my edges square, and I've got my show face already marked. So let's get the grain direction going the right way here. And I'm going to check everything off of the show face. It's out a little bit, not too bad. reference face down and our reference edge against the fence, we can get very close to our finish width. I like leaving just enough to clean up with the hand plane. 1 5/8 inches for the side, 1 1/4 inches for the top rail, and 3 inches for the bottom rail. And the edge we just cut, we'll just touch them up with the hand plane to take any saw marks out of them. A little mark right in the corner on each side. And that gives me the length of my face frame. We can transfer those marks over to the other side. Find your line, put your knife in it, slide you square up to the line, make your mark. The length of our top and bottom rails is 16 inches. So we've transferred our marks to the bottom piece from the top piece. If you're going to use pocket holes, loose tenon joinery, dominoes, dowels, that's your cut line. I'm going to use traditional mortise and tenon joinery because that's the kind of work I want to do and I need practice at it. So we're going to do mortise and tenons on these. Like I said, if you're using an alternate form, that will be your finished width. But we have to leave room for tenons if you're using traditional tenon joinery. I've got my mortising gauge set to my 1/4 inch chisel. I've got a 1/4 inch here. I've got 3/4 inch stock. So if I go from my marked face, I can mark these out and it should be dang close to the middle. And I'm just going to make a little V-notch. I'm going to take my tenon saw, actually my dovetail saw, and saw right up close to the line. Once I get the kerf just started, I'm going to follow the line closest to me. The kerf will help guide my saw, and coming down the cheek on this side means I'm only having to follow one line. And I may as well cut them both at the same time. A little bit slower, but that's what I enjoy. Good thing it's not going to be seen. Flip it over and cut the other side. Off a little bit there. And the ends of these tenons are going to get cut off. They're long right now. So with the cheek cut, we can come in on our waist side and get another little life wall right up on that mark that we've got in there. Well, with our little knife wall cut in there, we can cut away the waste. We'll just clean up that width with the router plane. Oh, we've got our tenons in. We got them cut down to about 1/2 inch deep. And we got to cut a shoulder in them yet. But it's January and it's cold out here. I got to take a break and get warmed up.